All right, guys, here we go. Remember, be good for the sub. Let's be quiet, do our work, and not cause any trouble, and life will be good for us. If not, there will be a test on Thursday, which is tomorrow. So here we go. Lesson 8, scale drawings and maps. Let's use scale drawings to solve problems. The target, I can use a map to its scale to solve problems about traveling. So now we're going to start looking at maps. Scale copies and scale drawings are used a lot in maps. That's one of the most common ways you see it. So if we look at 8.1, we're on page 69. So if we open our books, follow along, take notes. It says, two cities are 243 miles apart. It takes a train 4 hours to travel between the two cities at a constant speed. A car travels between the two cities at constant speed at 65 miles per hour. Which is traveling faster, the car or the train? Well, if you notice here, the cities are 243 miles apart. But the train, it tells me how long it takes. And the car, it tells me how fast they're going. So if you notice, they give me two different things. They give me time and they give me speed. Well, we have what's called the distance formula. The distance formula is distance equals rate times time. Okay? So my rate is how fast I'm going. It's the speed. Okay, so I can use this formula, distance equals rate times time, to figure out the answer to the problem. Okay, so my distance is 243 miles. If I look at the car, or the train, sorry, it says it takes the train 4 hours. That's my time. So I could go 243 equals R, how fast I'm going, times my time, which is 4 hours. So I know from last year to solve one-step equations, I'm going to do the inverse or the opposite. My whole goal is I want to get this R all by itself. Okay, so this R right here, I need to get all by itself. So I need to get rid of this multiplication. Now, if you think back to last year, we do the inverse or the opposite of multiplication, and that is division. So we are going to divide by 4. So we're going to divide both sides by 4. Now using my calculator, I'm going to go 243 divided by 4, and I get 60.75. That's my rate. That's so 60.75 equals my speed or my rate. Okay, so now I know the train is going 60.75 miles per hour, and I know the car is going 65 miles an hour. So looking at these two numbers right here, which one's going faster? Well, the car is traveling faster because 65 is more than 60.75. Okay, so those are the type of problems we're going to be working on today. So if we look at 8.2, which is at the bottom of page 69, it says a driver is traveling at a constant speed on Interstate 90 outside of Chicago. If she traveled from point A to point B in 8 minutes, did she obey the speed limit of 55 miles per hour? Okay, so if we look here, the problem has 2 units of time. It has 8 minutes and it has 55 miles per hour. So it has minutes and hours. So we're going to have to convert one to the other. So we know that 55 miles per hour, we know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So if I wanted to take this 55 miles per hour and turn it into minutes, I would go 55 divided by 60 minutes in an hour. So my calculator, if I go 55 divided by 60, I get 0.91. So she is traveling at 0.91 miles per minute. Okay, so let's look at the problem here. She says a driver is traveling at a constant speed on I-90 outside of Chicago. If she traveled from point A to point B in 8 minutes, did she obey the speed limit of 0.9 miles per minute or 55 miles an hour? So if we look at the map here, the map for you guys is on page 70. So if you notice, on my picture, there are green lines here. So she'd go down I-90 almost all the way, and then she'd turn right and go a little bit more to B. Okay, now I have these numbers here. Okay, these are not miles. Oh, let's see if we can see it a little better. These are not miles, so that's not easy. Let's try this one. There we go. These are units of measurement. So we have 13.7 units, and then she makes that turn and goes 30.3 more units. So 13.7 plus 3.3 is 17 units. Well, if we look here, if I look at the grid, okay, I'm looking at this part right here, 2 units, each colored section is a unit. So 2 units equals 1 mile, and 4 units equals 2 miles. So if I want to figure out how many miles she went, I would go 17 divided by 2, and she went 8.5 miles. Okay? So all I did there is I went 17 divided by 2 units and got 8.5 miles. Okay? So in 8 minutes, she went 8.5 miles. So I want to know how far she went in 1 minute, because that will help me with miles per minute here. So if she's following the speed limit, she can go 0.911 miles per minute or less. So in the problem, it tells me 8 minutes. So if I go 8.5 divided by 8, I get 1.06. So she was going 1.06 miles per minute. So was she obeying the speed limit? No, she was not obeying the speed limit. She was speeding. If you multiply that by 60, she was going about 64 miles an hour. Okay? Number 2, a traffic helicopter flew directly from point A to point B in 8 minutes. Did the helicopter travel faster or slower? So this path right here, this red squiggly line that I'm drawing, is how the path the helicopter took. Okay, if you look here, it's 16.2 units. So once again, we are going to go 16.2. 16.2 divided by 2. She went 8.1 miles. So, were they going faster or slower? So they went 8.1 miles in 8 minutes. The lady went 8.5 miles in 8 minutes. So, was the helicopter going faster or slower? Well, it was going slower because it only went 8.1 miles. So it went 0.4 miles less than the lady did. So the helicopter was traveling slower than the lady, okay, because it went a less distance. All right, traveling or biking through Kansas. A cyclist rides at a constant speed of 15 miles per hour. At this speed, how long would it take to get from Garden City to Dodge City, Kansas? Okay, so remember, distance equals rate times time. Okay, I know my rate, my speed is 15 miles an hour. It wants to know how long, so that's the time. So I need to figure out how many hours it took. So what I need to figure out is the distance. Well, I can measure using a ruler. I can measure the distance between Garden City and Dodge City in my book. Okay, so once again, we're going to use this little scale down at the bottom. So if I take my ruler and I hold it up to that little scale, I'm going to use centimeters. 1 centimeter is about 4 miles. Okay, so I held up the ruler to my book, not the ruler to the screen, but the ruler to the book. It tells me 1 centimeter is 4 miles. Okay, so now, using my ruler in the book, I'm going to measure the distance between Garden City and Dodge City. Now I'm using a ruler, so it's going to be a straight line. Notice my line in the book is nowhere near straight. So using a ruler, in my book, I'm going to measure between Garden City and Dodge City, and it's a little under 12. It's like 11 and a half. Okay? So if we go 11 and a half centimeters, I need to know how many miles that is. Well, to get from 1 up to 11.5, I times by 11.5, right? So I'm going to go 4 times 11.5. Using my calculator, 4 times 11.5, I get 46, so it's about 46 miles. So now I know the distance, I can put 46 in here. So once again, we're solving for t, so this is a multiplication problem, so to get rid of multiplication, we divide. So we're going to divide by the number with t, that's 15. So in my calculator, 46 divided by 15 is 3.0666666. So we're going to round that to 3.1 hours. That's how long it took. Okay? If you want to know how many minutes that is, you would just go 0.1 times 60 minutes, and it's about 6 minutes. So 3 hours and 6 minutes to travel, 46 miles. Okay? And if we look, that is it. We have the lesson 8 summary at the bottom of page 71, and then it starts on 72. So it says maps with scales are useful for making calculations involving speed, time, distance. Here's a map of part of Alabama. So the map is on page 72. Suppose it takes a car 1 hour and 30 minutes to travel at a constant speed from Birmingham to Montgomery. How fast is the car traveling? To make an estimate, we know about how far it is from Birmingham to Montgomery. Using the scale, right here, this is the scale. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. Using the scale, it says the scale of the map represents 20 miles. So we can estimate that the distance between the cities is about 90 miles. Okay? Since 90 miles is 1.5 hours, is the same speed as 180 miles in 3 hours, the car is traveling about 60 miles an hour. So what they did is they came up with a chart here. They made their own little chart, and they went 1.5 times 2 and got 3 hours, and 90 times 2 is 180 miles. So in 3 hours, they go 180 miles. And then the book likes to multiply by fractions. I like to divide instead, because then we're not dealing with fractions. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 180 divided by 3 is 60. So that's where they got 60 miles an hour. So suppose a car is traveling at a constant speed of 60 miles an hour from Montgomery to Centerville. How long will it take the car to make the trip? Using the scale, we can estimate that it is about 70 miles. Since 60 miles an hour is the same as 1 mile per minute, remember 60 divided by 60 is 1, so we're going 1 mile per minute, it will take the car about 70 minutes, or 1 hour and 10 minutes to make the trip. Okay? So there's the lesson. Let's take a look at the problems. Lesson number 1, or problem number 1. This is on page, this will be in Canvas, but it's also in our book. It's on page 73. So it says, here's a map of parts of Texas and Oklahoma. About how far is it from Amarillo to Oklahoma City? So explain your reasoning. So I'm going to measure it out, and it's 2 centimeters equals 60, or 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter equals 30 miles. Okay? So if I measure it out on my ruler from Amarillo to Oklahoma City, so from here to Oklahoma City is about 9 centimeters. So I know 1 centimeter equals 30 miles. 9 centimeters is equals how many miles? I'll give you a hint, multiply by 3. That's your answer to letter A. Letter B, driving at a constant speed of 70 miles per hour, will it be possible to make this trip in 3 hours? Well, if they're going 70 miles an hour and they're going 3 hours long, 70 times 3 is 210 miles. So, looking at the answer from number 10, if it's more than from answer A, now question number 1 on Canvas, looking at that answer, if the number on question A is more than 210, they cannot make it. They're not going fast enough. If the number is less than 210, then yes, they can make it. So look at your number, look at your answer from letter A. If it's more than 210, no, they can't make it. If it's less than 210, then yes, they can make it. And number 2, a local park is in the shape of a square. A map of the local park is made of a scale 1 inch equals 200 feet. So we have 1 inch equals 200 feet. Letter A, if the park is shown as a square on the map, each side of which is 1 foot long, how long is each side of the square of the park? So, think in your minds, how many inches does it take to make a foot? Well, it makes 12 inches to make a foot. So once again, we go 1 times 12 to get 12. So to get this number, we're going to go 200 times 12. And that will be your answer to the first part. Okay? The second part, if a straight path in the park is 900 feet long, how long would the path be when they're represented on a map? So now we're going to go backwards. So we take the actual distance, 900, and we're going to divide it by my scale, 200. And that's going to be your distance on the map. Okay? I will be back tomorrow. If you have any questions, just go ahead and submit this. Remember, once you're done with this, once you're done with the assignment in Canvas, be sure to be good for the sub and be quiet. We will talk to you later.